Continuing with the tuning, D, A, D, D, A, D. I'm going to stick with my 12 string for this one, and let's look at some half-tone, whole-tone relationships that are reminiscent of Middle Eastern scales. Okay, so it's pretty strange to Western ears, but that's what this is all about, is stretching out your melodic capability. And ultimately we're going to tie it all together because there's 12 tones that we're dealing with here. So the famous Miles Davis said, there are no wrong notes. And in one way, what he meant is we have 12 tones to work with, and they all have a certain relationship against whatever bass tone or chord is being played. So we're exploring modes the easiest way. Reduce the variables by just playing one chord, one drone that is open to melodic variation. So here's this half-tone, whole-tone thing as I approach it. There's a couple ways to approach this, though I'm going to try to approach it just in one way for this video. Our third string is an open D, so let's start there again. Let's play a half step. Okay, we looked at that half step in the Eastern pentatonic scale. Right off the tonic, that's fairly unusual. Okay, now we're just going to go to the 4th fret. We're going to play a half step, a whole step, half step. Since we've just played a half step, now let's play another whole step, another half step. Okay, so we have a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Okay, this is extremely exotic to Western ears. You probably hear it every day on AM radio in Bombay. So let me demonstrate a little bit of that just on the 3rd string. Alright, so you can see how exotic sounding that is compared to a standard major scale or a standard minor scale. There's intervallic relationships here that the Western ear isn't really used to that much. So that's what my hope here is to expose you to these scales that are unusual to the Western ear, but to Eastern ears it's standard stuff. Very expressive scales, because in Western music there's generally chord changes that are dictating where you have to go with the melody. So this is just touching on this scale. I'm probably going to go back to the 6th string. We're going to look at the E bow again. We're going to tie it all together, and I'll show you how to approach going from one scale to the next, using a pick and using the E bow, and hopefully achieving a unique approach to playing guitar. Okay, thanks.